Now, I'm not obsessed with these guys. I'm obsessed with the truth, and you getting to know it, or reproving me and showing me my errors. Because to the Christians, the last thing I want to be is a stumbling stone. I've been there myself, and that's one of the few reasons why I went away. Now, NEXT. I always say that if it wasn't for these guys, we wouldn't have half of the information. We wouldn't have the images catalogued that we have. Or half of it. And the reason that I go to channels like this is because if you turn off the sound, they have the goods. In his ultimate guide to Hatshepsut Temple, which you can go and watch yourselves, guys, you're about to see what I'm talking about. Not this. Here. You see it? So why not go in, get your images, come out, and give us the truth. Anyway, regardless of that, inside the tomb of Hatshepsut, the mortuary temple, we see this image. Now, some Egyptologists call this the Tree of Life. We see a heart. We see some sort of flower. If we look, they're different. You see two entities flanking either side, and the top's worn off. We find this all over Egypt. We can see again the two different flowers, which I believe is a lily and a lotus, the hand and rib. And here we see what they call Set and Horus. In this relief, which I believe is, I think, at the Temple of Horus at Edfu, I might be mistaken, we see the heart, we see the two flowers, the two growing, merging into one and tying. We see this T-shaped platform, table, altar, in this fountain-like style. Bursting out of the fountain, we see the Horus, the falcon, with the north and south crown. We see these two entities, which can be interchanged for the ones we've just seen before. I'd like to compare that image, guys, with this drawing of a relief, I believe, from Chichen Itza. I might be mistaken. I'm starting to get overloaded with all of this information. Please just stick to what I'm showing. We see the heart. This is the same thing, guys, all of it. We see the Bennu bird, the Horus, at the top of his perch. We see it flanked by these two people. We see all sorts of stuff that I don't even want to begin to break down. One thing that I will point out is that here Once we've arrived in this location, in this time, we have 2 X's. 2 X marks the spot. I would say, just for now, 2 ball in a cane. But let's just stick to what we're showing. What actually is this, guys? In India, at Hampi, where we see the polygonal megalithic blocks that bend round corners, that are not water eroded like Peru and Cusco, that are more preserved like in the Sphinx Temple. This is identical, and this is a signature of the master builders, who are not the builders of the tepe, and who are not, in a linear timeline, more advanced than the Stone Age tools we find in the reset of the culture after the cataclysm, Noah's flood. We see at Hampi this. This, guys, is called a kumbh. And what it is a womb. Some of the Indian scholars, you might be familiar with Praveen Mohan. Don't think he's not part of this, guys. There's videos with him collaborating with the gatekeepers. There is a seat for every bum. This is a kumbh. Here it is again at Hampi. The kumbh. Because it is the womb, guys. And here is Praveen, not telling you that it is the same thing as the so-called tree of life in Egypt, the so-called tree of life at Chichen Itza, and the so-called rocket of Pacal. The nearest I've seen to any of this is Casey. He did a brilliant breakdown of this thing. He's got the full image with the scarab, the beetle, again interchangeable for the bird, because it is all the same. This is the womb carrying the hand and rib possessed by the spirit. It's the kumbh. The womb. Now I know this is very basic, guys, but I just want to show and not break down, not get deep. I don't want to lose you in it, what I'm showing. I want you to stay on track